Don't fret, Bubba Fett. We're going live on the comic book Babylon. What a hell of a week it's been, guys. I got to tell you, started out tough, started out hard. But last night got a whole lot better because I went to the danger zone. Top Gun is the best damn movie that's ever been filmed in the history of film, in the history of cinema. And if you don't believe that, you need to just get your ass out of the chat right now because we don't want to hear from you tonight anyway. Well, that was awkward. You're only 4 months and a hop skip way too late. Well, I tried to go see it, and it was supposed to be in theaters at that time, and we went to go see it. We showed up at the theater, and they had removed it from the theaters, and we were unaware. So, luckily, the movie is so damn good, they decided, you know what, we're gonna bring it back, baby. I believe it. While we wait for more people to show up for the comic book Babylon and talk comic books, I believe, and technically this is somewhat related, I do believe it actually just passed the Avengers. In Infinity War. That is correct. Yep. That is correct. Which is truly incredible, if we're being honest. Yeah. I mean, is it really, though? I mean, we're talking about Maverick, bro. Highway to the danger zone. I mean, this Tell me they didn't miss out on calling Goose's son Duckling or something like that. I thought Rooster was cool as hell. Yeah. I thought Rooster and Miles Teller is such a talented actor. I did not realize he was in the movie. When I saw he was in the movie, I was like, all right, this guy's about to kill it. That's right. And I oh my gosh, what a roller coaster of emotion all the way through. It was the first time I've been to the movies, and I don't know how long, where I felt like there was nothing that they did other than try to make a great movie for fans. Exactly, man. I didn't feel like anything was pushed in my face, shoved down my throat. No preachiness. It was just I just sat there and just went on a ride, dude. Yeah. Went on a ride. And it was just great cinema. Now, I will tell you, Tom Cruise is an absolute nut if you look up Scientology and some of the craziness. Oh, agreed. But my God. What a nut. And this round in theaters, they're actually, and we're going to get to the stuff you guys came for, I promise, but Nick and I have not got to discuss any of this yet. They did a little bit of footage before the movie this round that wasn't there before, where Tom Cruise talks about being honorary Navy airman, and the fact that all that shit you see Tom Cruise do in that movie, that dude is really flying these planes in this movie. Oh yeah, they did that whenever I watched it. He had a little. He talked about thank you for being patient for the release. Okay. So yeah. See, I asked. I guess they just didn't see it whenever they watched it. But I'm sitting here. He's a real pilot. Like after watching this movie, if the shit hits the fan, and they don't bring Tom Cruise's ass in and put him in a damn jet and send his ass by himself to take care of business, I'm telling you right now. You want to prevent anybody from attacking the United States? Just start sending free copies of this damn movie out to all parts of the world. Ain't no like we got this guy, all right? We got this guy. It was good. I've never been like a Tom Cruise guy. Like I've never really seen or understood like what's the big deal about him other than the fact that, you know, obviously he's a good looking guy, so chicks like him, but whoa. We got the t-shirt people in here again. What's up? Thanks for the super chat. I got that Top Gun shirt on straight out of Walmart. What's going on? What's up? These are all Walmart specials. And I know James, he said awesome shirt. And we're going to say it to everybody in the chat. But mine is the greatest. I love that shirt. And it's so funny. I had this shirt on today, and I forgot I was even wearing it. And so went to the coffee shop, and this dude had to be 50 years old. He goes, have you been to the movies yet? I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, he goes, your shirt. I was like, oh, no, not yet. I couldn't go.
And so I felt really weird. And then I went to Publix tonight to get a few things. And this guy was like, I'm going to ask you 3 Dragon Ball Z questions super quick. You got to answer them. And a full line of people. And I'm like, well, this is very awkward. I got 2 out of 3 right, though. Let it be known.
That's
So what's
it.
up, James? What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, man, it's a great shirt. I love this shirt. Walmart special. CJ, what's happening? Did he get his stuff? Whoa.
I didn't get a chance to get back out last weekend, and I haven't been by the shop in about 2 weeks because of work. So I just haven't been able to get out that way.
Justin just texted me. Dragon Ball Super superhero estimated to be number 1 at the domestic box office with 21 million in the film's opening weekend. That's what I'm talking about. JT, we'll talk about that a little bit tonight. Kind of how everything was. I've officially finished all of Spider-Man, so that's an amazing. I'll toot my own horn. An amazing accomplishment to be able to say something like that. Tosh, what's up, brother? Yeah, dude, it was absolutely amazing. Alan, you wouldn't talk like that on your show with Josh, would you? Why are you gonna bring it here? I was giving them crap. They wouldn't post any of my comments this week.
At least once or twice tonight. So
what's up, Austin? Hey,
up,
Austin. I'm gonna be brief about this. You got to contact Shattered Glass Tyler. Tell him that he needs to explain to you this Glass Tootsie exclusive cover we need done. He'll explain it. What's up, Trinity? What up, Ryan?
Trinity, what's up, dude?
No, I'm not getting dunked. Nope. They want
anything fun, any fun ideas anyone has that involve Nick, do not even bring them up.
No.
Nick is not about fun.
No.
Nick is not about doing anything to please anyone who's a fan or a watcher of anything that he's a part of. Nick will not be a part of any fun, guys, so do not even ask.
So they want me to do this dunking booth for charity. So
not even for charity.
Not even for charity.
I mean, he'll jump in a swimming pool, but he's not going to get wet in a dunk booth.
I'll just drop off some food donations. We'll call it good. Yeah, glacetate cover. Actually, dude, we had Friday over on Whack Comics. They do this all day stream, and I jumped on there a few times because they
were on there for like 12 hours.
It was wild. I can't believe they didn't go longer. But I had this full stream. A bunch of people from the community were on there. I jumped on because I started talking about manga and specifically Dragon Ball, so I had to jump on there. Ugh. And then we created this whole comic book surrounded around the Tootsies, so it was quite funny. Sorry, dude. I just you don't want me doing something like that. I'll be like a sourpuss sitting up there. You know what I mean? It won't be fun.
The clowns that do it are.
Yeah.
They sit there and talk smack to people as they're walking by.
Yes. So I was upset that Peter and MJ definitely were never allowed to be together outside of Todd McFarlane's run, and every opportunity they got to destroy them, they did. And Parker Industries was that was a stretch, just putting that in there as a whole. But I'll tell you, everything post Todd McFarlane outside of JMS's run was extraordinarily hard to consume, especially the last 100 issues. It was borderline terrible. So, so I brought up I think Wax should send in aluminum foil covers, plastic baggy covers. And I guess this is a good segue. We'll get into Marvel's response to, and we can talk about the Marvel CGC and the CGC whatnot Jim Lee thing. We can talk about all that if you want.
Yeah, and I've got I've also got pulled up the CGC census, so we're going to look into some stuff that I posted on Instagram this week and talk about that too, about census numbers and
your conspiracy theories.
My conspiracy theories and you know, just look at the statistics and the probability of.
You were definitely sounding a little bit like the alien guy.
I'm just saying. I mean, it made sense to me when I noticed it. I was just like, hold on. Well, they keep feeding us these lines of BS that, you know, this is why it's okay. And I'm like, well, let's look at that though. And then when I started looking, I noticed some things and I was like, hold on, this doesn't match up. And I'm like, well, how did they do it? Well, if they couldn't do it this way, you can't do it this way because of this. So what do you guys want to talk about Somebody drop in the chat. You want to talk about the
let's just talk. Let's do, since we've already brought up the acetate. Let me share screen and we'll look at Marvel's response to this whole ordeal.
Okay. And we're also going to talk about the CGC Whatnot stream. See what you guys think about that. We're going to talk about She-Hulk a little bit, and we're going to get in and check out Ezra Miller's wholehearted, poor pitiful me, I just want to do better apology. Where he
because, dude, like I started up a whole comic book review channel, and we like dedicated an entire channel to that, and nobody watches it.
None.
And it's a lot of effort to put in.
Yeah.
I was doing the ASM videos, like reviewing big sections week by week, and nobody watched them.
So Trinity was talking about this trade paperback he read recently. I was listening to a stream while I was cutting grass last weekend. It sounded pretty cool about these kids that go into this haunted house, and it sounded pretty cool. Trinity gets into some like really indie stuff too, though, like some stuff that like is not even close to mainstream, and it's like, man, like I would have never known about that. But my man Trinity out here doing comic book stuff. Everybody wants to have a comic book channel until it's time to do comic book stuff. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, it's weird. Y'all hit the like button. All right. So, look, here's a beautiful picture of Justin Birch. Look at that, eating a nice cheesecake. Oh my God, I love this dude so much. All right, here we go.
I remember when we were at Heroes Con, and there was a cheesecake food truck right outside our hotel.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Every night.
Oh, look at our new profile.
Some really fun. We're gonna look at some really funny stuff that was going on our Instagram today. If you guys didn't see the stories and the back and forth with John's Comics with Kids and I, we had a really fun kind of back and forth today on Instagram that we'll take a look at later on too.
John is quite funny, without a doubt. Flash, you know what? TJ does comic book reviews all the time. Check him out. He does fantastic comic book reviews. Beautiful. All right, so here is the official Marvel statement that was emailed out again 4 days ago. As you all continue to expand your businesses, we want to thank you for continuing to explore exclusive opportunities with Marvel through our exclusive retailer variant program. Meaning you give us enough money, we will give you 3,000 copies of any exclusive you send us, and it's really not even that big of a deal if you can afford it. Now, by participating in our program, please remember that all cover artwork must be created and approved by Marvel. Once submitted and accepted, no retailer has permission to use these comics or art to create new products, edit, or change the published comic in any way. This, of course, pertains to all past and current comics. We have updated our deal sheets sheets for all retailer variant cover requests moving forward to emphasize these points. As always, thank you for everything you do, and we appreciate your cooperation and continued support. And stick it up your bunghole, Black Flag Comics, because you suck a nut.
Well, they don't suck that bad because they sold out their newest exclusive like that today. So, but they did turn off the comments on all of their Instagram. So, like, you cannot leave a comment on their Instagram anymore. They post a picture and boom, the comments are gone. So, so Nick and I have done a couple of exclusives, and I was very hand in hand with the process and the creation and everything that has to be done in order to make it happen. And although we went through Image, it's the same process.
Yeah,
you don't just say, "Hey, Marvel, we got an exclusive idea we want to do, and and we're going to use this artist. We already got it all figured out. So, you know,
here's a couple $1,000,
right? And it's on. That is not even close. It is a very, it's not super long process, but like there's multiple steps. You have to apply to be able to do the exclusive. They approve you to do the exclusive. Now, and unless you're somebody probably like Black Flag or Scorpion, if you're using Marvel or even Boom Studios, a lot of times they're gonna say, hey, like, okay, you want to do it? Cool. Here are some covers you can choose from. You don't just get to choose your own artist and choose your own artwork and all that every time. Now with Image, they allowed us to use Deegan. So we had to get Deegan approved as an artist. Once that happened, Deegan had to do the artwork, had to have it pretty much complete, had to send that into Image. Image had to approve that artwork. Once they approved that artwork, the artwork can, guess what? Not be changed at all. Once they approve it, then they will add the trade dress to it, if it's going to be a trade dress or whatever. Then they will print the copies. They will send them to you. And that is it. And that's how it goes. So every part of the copy, every part of the cover has to go through approval. And the biggest problem with this book was, and there's a lot of people out there trying to defend it saying, well, it's their book. They own it. They do whatever they want. It's like, you know what? You're right. They can.
Except they can't because it's part of the agreement they signed.
Hold on. The part where they messed up, the part where they broke the agreement was putting it out and saying this is a new exclusive and trying to pass it off as a licensed Marvel product. Okay, that's what that was. They tried to pass it off as a licensed Marvel product. And how do we know that? Because we know that because when they put out the post talking about the next weekend's, finally, they changed how the listing was. It was now the Deadpool revised cover, the Ghost Rider revised cover, not the brand new Black Flag exclusive. That's where they messed up. You can't try to pass it off as something that is licensed by Marvel. And that was the issue. If they just put it out there and said, hey, we did this fun little thing with some of what was left over of the Ultimate Fallout books. These are revised covers where we just took an acetate and added it over, something fun. Not a new exclusive, but they were not transparent in the slightest. Can we please stay on topic? What are you doing?
Oh, I didn't realize you could see all that.
Yeah. See, I try to keep him here, guys, but if he's not talking, Nick has zero interest in what's going on the show.
No, I was trying to find a really funny picture of Justin to throw up, but I forgot it was still sharing.
Well, we're not talking about Justin. That's the problem. Justin's not here anymore. He's no longer a part of the show. He has abandoned us. So we are not talking about him. We are talking about Marvel's response.
Hey, that was harsh. He only abandoned us for a little bit. He'll be back.
Well,
we can only hope.
Exactly, Air Spider. They did, but I'm saying, like, if Black Flag had done it that way, though, this would have never blown up. Like, what I was saying was the fact that they tried to push it off as a licensed product is why this whole thing blew up. Wasn't saying that it was going to be something that was going to be okay by the contract that they signed with Marvel. I was just kind of like saying, like, if they would have done this, then they, probably would have gotten away with it. But when you put it out and say this is a new variant and you lead people to believe that it is a licensed product,
yeah,
that's where they messed up, because that's what blew the whole thing up. That's what caused the whole issue.
Yep.
As far as the actual book goes and everything. But yeah, I mean, the contract, specifically what they're saying here is, do not tamper with our shit once we give it to you. And this has also brought up some issues with the whole Whatnot thing, because everybody's been asking, like, hey, what are y'all going to do? Your terms and conditions specifically says that counterfeit items are not allowed to be sold here. And here's the thing. We saw, I've seen on different streams, different posts all over the place, where people that have definitely got pulling power were asked about the selling of the book on Whatnot.
Do you mean Jack DeMaio, aka Mr. Bolo? Him?
Adam, I forget his last name, but there's a guy named Adam too that's like way up there. We're both asked about it, and I've actually got some screenshots from a post this week that happened after this. But what they kept saying is, well, we're waiting to see what Marvel says, and nobody even knows if this wasn't approved, so we're waiting to see what Marvel says before we do anything. And it's like, okay, I can almost buy that. Like,
No,
okay,
I can't.
you don't want
Absolutely not,
like
because
like
they've
you
already
don't want
put
to
out
jump the
statements.
gun or whatever. Like, whatever. Okay, like there's nothing that like until Marvel comes out with something, there's nothing concrete that says that it wasn't approved. So trying to ride that line, fine. Marvel comes out with this, and you know what the responses were?
What was it?
Can you, I will stop until you put the phone down.
I don't
I
have a
will
phone.
shut this shit down.
I don't have a phone.
So
That's why I asked. What was it?
their response was when people said, "Okay, Marvel, put the statement out. What are y'all going to do now? Why are you going to stop it?" You know what the response was? Hey, whoa, Ronnie
50?
Boy Comics.
Is that 50 pounds? What's up? Good morning. Is that pounds, or is that's a different kind of thing?
It is. I'm not sure what it is, but glad to see you hanging out.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Good morning to you as well. So,
Going on.
so their response was when asked, "What are you guys going to do now that Marvel's put the statement?" Was, and I forget which one of them said it, and I wished I would have been able to have that receipt, but I do not. Was, well, Marvel didn't say anything that was specific to the Ultimate Fallout book, so we are talking with our team and working on figuring out what we're going to do and this, that, and the other. JT Gamer says bye. I guess he's rolling out. Dang, we already pissed somebody off. Oh, can we please skip to Spider-Man?
Oh, sorry, man. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
I think Nick did a whole video about it too.
A little bit. I'm gonna go more in depth on a lot of it
Okay.
though. So I apologize, JT.
But so they're still trying to find the loopholes to be able to keep the book on Whatnot by saying, well, that book wasn't specifically named in the response. And it's like, okay. All right, sure. But I wonder why Marvel put this statement out, though. Like, why would Marvel put the statement out if that wasn't the freaking book they were talking about? And I guarantee you what's going to happen. I guarantee you what's going to happen is somewhere down the line, and it might not be anytime soon. It might be, a couple more weeks from now or something. Let everybody that's got them get rid of them. They're going to slip out some email in the middle of the night like they do anytime they change shipping prices or anything that's going to piss people off. Slip out an email in the middle of the night and not tell anybody, so but yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't expect Marvel to even really do anything because
yeah,
it's way beneath them, and I really didn't think that this was something like of course within the circle of us that are involved and watch and participate in the YouTube comic book realm and the Instagram comic book realm and the Facebook comic book realm. It's huge in that area of things, but in the grand scheme of things,
like next to nobody probably even cares or knows.
right? Exactly. And that's another reason. And I was talking to some friends of mine last night, like, all the stuff going on with CGC and stuff, like that's a reason why CGC will never, ever drop from number one, because outside of this small realm, in the grand scheme of things, we're probably the minority of people that actually care. Like,
No.
I guarantee you there is a way bigger population of people that use CGC for books that don't know, don't care, don't participate, don't hear any of it. They send their books in, they get them back, and that's it. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
It just, stuff seems a lot bigger to us who are involved in this realm of comic books, because once it gets out in one area, it spreads all over. So we see it all over in the areas that we're looking in, but not every. I guarantee you, the majority of people are not even involved in that kind of stuff.
No, you figure it's a few thousand people.
Yeah,
collectively.
and that's why people keep saying, Marvel's going to do a lawsuit. Marvel ain't going to waste the time and effort to do a damn lawsuit. It ain't going to happen.
If anything,
and what would it gain Marvel?
Huh?
What would it gain Marvel to do a
No,
lawsuit?
if anything, I mean, it would just come down to Black Flag them being removed from, the exclusive opportunities.
Exactly.
Why would they do that? Black Flap's consistently giving them money. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So
that's right too, TJ. I mean, I complain about them all the time, and my dumbass keeps using them. So,
what's up, Andy?
What's up, man? But it's either send them to CGC and I can get them back in and I know they just put out this thing saying 11 days, bro. I've been getting my stuff back that quicker for months. But it's either that or I send them to CBCS and then it's like 2 years to get them back. So
I say sell the shit out of them. I've also had a couple of beers. I mean,
damn it,
Don't sit on that money, dude.
Hell no. What's up, Thomas? Yeah, absolutely, Andy. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And that on everything, bro. Like my whole damn life is that situation. I promise you.
That's one of us. Gobble, gobble, one of us. We accept that one of us. Gobble, gobble, one of us. We accept that one of us. Gobble, gobble.
About what? About what? I don't see any reason. I don't see any reason why you can't do any of it, Andy. See no reason, bro. See no reason. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't care if Whatnot sells them. I could give a damn, really.
Yeah, get your money back.
I was just commenting on the stuff I had seen as far as like people asking about the fact that it's against their terms and conditions and them everybody dancing around the whole thing. But I mean, is it going to bother me or hurt me? Like, no. And that's my whole thing with everybody that's saying that they don't want them sold on Whatnot. It's like, bro, then you don't.
Whoa.
You don't.
Is Jack asking you? Because you know my opinion on Jack. You want me to say it out loud? Who's asking you not to? Because that's really interesting.
Andy, do a big live deal on your channel.
He's an exclusive seller. It's in the contract.
He's not a contracted seller.
I thought he was.
No.
I thought he had a contract the same as us.
No.
What?
Andy is not affiliated at all.
Well, good for him. I mean, not necessarily either way. I don't care.
Comic Man Andy has no contracted affiliation with Whatnot at all.
Well, then piss on him. Put him on Whatnot anyways.
Everybody that's out there
I know. Justin, I've professed my love several times already for you tonight. We started off the stream with your picture.
This guy. Yeah.
So, Andy, who's
here is absolutely 100% one of the most golden gems of people you will ever meet.
So who's asking you not to put him on?
Is wrong. Do what?
Who's asking him not to put him on? That's what I want to know. I want to know. Hey, I
guarantee you, Andy, there's enough people that would for no other reason come out and show up for it on your YouTube channel to support you and the cause that you're doing it for. I guarantee you. You got
I would do it as
big love out here, bro.
I would do it as net profit so you can get your money back, because it's not like you dropped a small amount and then anything over what you paid, or hell, just sell them.
He bought them to do that. So
what?
He bought them to do that, though.
Yeah, no, I know, but still, like, you figured he's got to be. And again, I'm guesstimating, and I have had some beer, so forgive me if I'm way out of line. But it's got to be
about on his channel how much he was. I
mean, $1,200 to $1,500.
They can go watch the video, but I mean, yeah, I mean,
there you go. Yeah, people offer.
Yeah, Russ does it. I mean, you could probably talk to Sands. I mean, there's plenty of people, man, that can make sure that happens if that's what you want to do, man, for sure.
And in my mind, I see no issues with you getting your money back.
Nope.
No. That was my big thing with Skeff. Like, whenever it all kind of dropped and somebody mentioned 16K and that whole thing, my heart broke, because I don't care how good you're doing. If you have to sit on 16K for something as an individual, not as a company.
Yeah, but Skeff didn't even have 16K. I mean,
he might, dude. I mean, you don't know but I'm just saying in general, like, if that's because he's doing this as a business, right? So you have business funds set aside.
Which is
to do that kind
exactly
of
why I said I did not think those books were for him, because
Yeah.
nobody in their right mind would have thought that they could
Wow.
move that many of those books before people stopped giving a shit 2 weeks later. I mean,
TJ,
if this hadn't have blown up, by now, wouldn't nobody give a damn about that book?
no.
And he knows that game, so that's why I was like, he didn't buy those books. Like he walked away with them. We saw that, but my man did not buy those books. I do not believe that.
Hey, TJ, give me like 4 minutes, man, and I'll start being divisive again. We can't keep this up forever. People leave.
But
What's up, Ryan? Ultimate Fallout 4 asshole variant.
Good God.
Justin, I figure, we got to have your presence on the channel somehow. Maybe we'll do a tournament later.
So any questions from anybody or thoughts on the Marvel statement? I felt like what Marvel said, I thought it was pretty much exactly what was needed. I don't think anything else needed to be said about it. I think that they handled the situation perfectly fine there. So, I was pleased to see it. It put a lot of questions, to rest there. So now let's get into some conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory here.
Are you going to share the screenshots?
No, I'm going to share my screen of the CGC census.
We'll go ahead, senor.
All right, let's see.
Justin, you could name the next one Nick. I'm pretty certain there's a good comic book character named Nick.
All right, here we go. Hopefully this is the correct one.
There you go.
Nope, that's Stray Dogs.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, we're not going there yet. Not just yet. Do not show me this warning again. I do not care. I don't like warnings. All right, so here we go. This is the Ultimate Fallout Facsimile Edition.
Zoom in just a little bit.
How do I zoom in?
At the top right, it should have like a zoom button, or you can hit something like
I'm on Apple, so
hit Command plus.
Oh hell. Here we go.
Control
plus.
Command.
Where's command?
Oh, try your Windows button. You don't have a Mac keyboard.
Command. Oh.
There you go.
All right, that better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Ultimate Fallout 4 Facsimile Edition. Here we go.
Real quick. James, dude, I gave you the world's biggest shout out on Whack the other day, Friday, because of the manga and stuff. And I told everybody on there that if they want any manga advice or opinions or suggestions to come to you. That's all. Thank you.
That's right. All right, so here we go. Let's scroll down to the acetate edition right here. All right, so we still only have 10 on the census, and I'm glad that there's still only 10 on the census because we can use that to look at just the ones that Black Flag submitted. Now we have 5 9.8s, 4 9.9s, and 1 10.0. Now, I've heard people say, well, maybe they pre-screened them. Okay. So if they pre-screen these, they have to send in 25. That's the rule. End of story. Pre-screens 25 minimum. End of story. So out of 25 copies, we're just going to say if it was a pre-screen, 10 hit. 1 was good enough to hit a 10, and 4 were good enough to hit a 9.9. 5 were good enough to hit a 9.8. So you're telling me that the other 15 copies, like this was done so well, you got 10s and 9.9s, but the other 20 copies the other 15 weren't good enough to even hit 9.8s. They didn't pre-screen these. Don't believe it at all. Nope. Now, if we go up and look at the census for the book before the acetate, You have a total of 95 copies that were sent in. 55 blue labels hit 9/8. 33 signature series hit 9/8. No 9/9s, no 10s. Out of the same exact print run. Same exact print run. No 9/9s, no 10s. Out of 95, damn near 100 copies.
But because 9/9s and 9/10s, do signatures automatically disqualify from 9/9 and 10/0s?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just asking because
Absolutely, yeah.
in my mind, a mint or near mint means the book has never been touched, no marks, no anything.
A 10 is something that shows 0 manufacturing defects and 0 signs of handling. But, you know, I don't know if there are 9/9s and 10s of a yellow label anything out there, but, you know, regardless, even if we wanted to just look at blue labels, okay, you had 55 blue labels sent in. Well, all but 4 of those hit a 9/8. So none of those, nothing else in that print run was good enough to hit a 9/9 or a 10. Now, people are going to say, yeah, but it's got the acetate cover on it. That's going to be perfect. Absolutely. Absolutely. However, the rest of that damn book has to be graded perfect. Absolutely damn perfect to hit that 10.0. And damn near absolutely perfect to hit the 9/9. So if we didn't have one copy that was good enough to hit a 9/9 out of damn near 100 of them, and we still have to grade the entire book, not just the acetate cover, that still seems off to me. Still seems off to me. Now, there was stuff coming out from CGC talking about, well, we had this, like, we're handling this like we did Stray Dogs. Like, no, number one, Stray Dogs, that acetate was put on during manufacturing. That was the difference.
Had a separate barcode and everything.
Separate barcode that separated it completely from the A cover. Okay. Let's look at the census though. I mean, if we want to look acetate to acetate, let's look at the census on Stray Dogs then. Let's do that. That should be fun.
Make sure you share it.
That's still Black Flag, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Stop sharing this one. Stop sharing this one. And stop sharing this one. All right. I'm trying to share the correct one.
He'll get to it. What up, Empire? What up, Rit? What up, Ryan?
Damn it.
I miss Justin too. I always miss Justin.
Hold on. They're Stray Dogs. I still share the wrong damn one.
You suck at this.
I know. All right. Hopefully this is the right one. There we go. Stray Dogs. You guys can see that?
Yep.
Okay. So here's Stray Dogs. Now let's scroll down and find the acetate cover for Stray Dogs number 1. Oh. There it is. Acetate edition for Stray Dogs number 1. 275 total copies submitted. Again, we'll just look at the blue label. 140 or 177 blue labels, okay? On the acetate. We even got a 7.5. Man, that one had to be jacked up. We had 140 9.8s. 140 9.8s of an acetate book. No 9/9s, no 10.0s. So out of 140 of those 9/8s, none of those were good enough for a 9/9 or a 10. None. But we can send 10 of the Ultimate Fallout 4s in, and half of those hit 9/9 and 10. Really? What are the chances of that? Statistically, when you look at these numbers, it just don't add up. Not even a little bit. And I know this is like super conspiracy, and my buddy Kenny, Comic Cat 84, dropped a bomb on me the other day that it just pretty much shut me up, shut me down. I didn't say another word. I was like, you know what, bro? I'm out. Because he said, look, he's like, you got all the info, you got all the numbers. He's like, but you're missing one thing. He's like, motive. And I was like, well, shit, I don't know, dude. Like, What do you say? I didn't know what to say, so I just didn't say shit else. I was like, you got me, bro. Really, Nick? Nobody can hear you.
It was funny.
All right.
Ryan
well, we
brought
can
it
just do
up, not
something
me.
else. Like, if it's bothering you to look at this,
No, I was. Do you see what Ryan did, dude? Don't be so defensive.
I don't.
That's what Ryan posted. And
I mean, if none of this makes sense to anybody, I mean, just tell me in the chat that I'm a dumbass and none of this makes sense, and we will talk about some other shit. I do not care.
Oh, Lord. Nobody is saying that. We're just messing with you, dude. That's all it is. Relax.
But I started talking to some buddies of mine about motive. And the only thing I can think of, and you know, it was a good point they made. The same thing that motivates everybody. Money. Money. Scratch my back, I scratch yours, and the transition of money. Clayton Crane is part owner of Black Flag. He's got his hands all in this, and he makes a hell of a lot of money for CGC on in-house signings all the time. You know, he makes a lot of money for them. They work together very well. And we know CGC will make special exceptions for artists who make them a shitload of money, i.e. Todd McFarlane, who did not even have to have someone watch him sign however many damn copies of that Spawn book. He just signed them at his damn house and sent out a piece of paper with them. And I don't care, like, whatever. Like, you know, they're all hand numbered. Like, I'm not saying there was anything wrong, but I am saying CGC has not been one to shy away from making special exceptions for artists who bring in money. But I just thought this was crazy when you look at these census numbers. It
is absolutely wild that 2 acetate covers can have the numbers that you presented and not a single one have a 9.9 or 10.0.
I mean,
either.
And the big thing that got me was the fact that CGC was trying to put it out there like it's an acetate cover. It's going to grade higher. And then they kept also talking about stray dogs, and this is getting the same treatment as stray dogs. Well, like, if it's like well, then how did stray dogs not get a single, not one single 9.9 or a 10.0 when those were put together by the manufacturer who manufactures comics consistently, and the Black Flag ones were put together by Clayton Crane's printing company? Like, do they work with comics do they print comics and put them together all the time? I don't know. But what I do know is in order to put these on, they would have had to take these books, lay them down, spine up, and staple the acetate to them. Like, there's no way that you didn't do something to those that would have taken it out of the race for a 9.9 and a 10.0. Like, I can't see it. And if anybody disagrees with that, let me know, because it just seems crazy to me.
It's wild.
199 in the census for what? Cindian. There he is. What's up, John? 199 for what, Cindian? Sindane. Okay. Yeah. And then
if he's saying Marvel's 1994 manufactured with the acetate cover and 3 staples.
Okay. I wonder, but how many were submitted? How many have been submitted, though?
See if you can pull it up.
Because, I mean, even when you look at the Stray Dogs A cover, like, and I don't know, was the A cover here the same cover that they did the acetate for? Because I don't know anything about Stray Dogs. I didn't pick it up. I didn't jump into that whole conundrum. It was just a book that did not even remotely interest me, so I didn't get into it. But the A cover, there's 782 9/8s, no 9/9s, no 10s. And we looked at 3 books the other day, me and my buddy Jeff. We looked at 3 books that are probably 3 of the highest or most graded books on the planet. in New Mutants 98, Amazing Spider-Man 300, and Ultimate Fallout 4. Guess how many copies combined were graded over a 9.8 out of all those? All three of those.
4.
1. Ultimate Fallout 4 does not have a single 9.9 or a 10 in any of the first prints. I don't think they actually had it. I don't think there is any on any print except for the acetate. And I could be wrong, but I believe I checked all of the Ultimate Fallout 4 printings, and there were no 9.9s or 10s. None for ASM 300 and 1 for New Mutants 98. So, and if you look at those numbers, that's a hell of a lot of comics that were sent in. A hell of a lot. It was I think over 7,000 total copies.
What up, Dan?
And you had one book out of all those that hit a 9.9. So, you know, like I said, I could be just completely freaking a nutbag. I could just be a total nutbag, and this could be a straight up thing where, you know, they sent 10 copies in, and, you know, hey,
you don't mean like that, do you?
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm throwing it out there that I could be wrong, but I'm also throwing it out there that when you look at all these damn numbers, it just seems a little bit inconspicuous for me. Just seems a little inconspicuous to me. So, will we ever? And the other thing is like we will never know. Nobody will ever know what happened.
No, because CGC and Whatnot are now in cahoots.
Well, this has nothing to do with Whatnot at all. This is
no. I'm just trying to stir the pot here, guys.
This is CGC and Black Flag. But yeah, I mean, I was talking to my buddy Jeff. We were just talking about it one night, and I started pulling up numbers, and he started looking at the ASM 300s and the New Mutants 98 and the Ultimate Fallout 4s, and we're like, you know, these are 3 of the most submitted books on the planet. Like, there's got to be some 9.9s and 10s, and we could not believe it was only 1. It was just nuts. I mean, even The Walking Dead #1 has like 12 9.9s, I think, or something like that. And it's just, I don't know. It's just wild to me that the acetate for Stray Dogs was the one that CGC was continuously hanging their hat on as being the example. And then when you start digging into Stray Dogs, which is what they told us to look at, it's like, well, number one, like your reasoning doesn't add up. And then we look at these census numbers, that doesn't add up. And then if you look at the New Mutants or the Deadpool acetate Black Flag did, and the freaking Ghost Rider Black Flag acetate, they had the same number of 10s, same number of 9s, same number of 9.8s. It's like, that's a little wild. That's a little wild. Especially when the new graders they have there are definitely green. Those folks are definitely green. They I don't know. I'm not really trusting and very confident in those guys right now, because when you send a book in that hits a 9.4, you crack it, you put it back in the bag and board because you know they're full of shit, and you send it back, and then it does hit a 9.8. You're like, huh? So you telling me 3 people looked at this the first time, and the best they could come up with was a 9.4, and now they look at it again. 3 people look at it this time, and now it's a 9.8. But I'm supposed to trust that. Supposed to trust that
it's collusion.
The acetates were right. You
all.
Can't even trust CGC's walkthrough anymore.
Bro, you can't trust CGC regardless. I tell you what, there's only a few comic book companies you can trust, okay?
Well, listen to this before you get into that.
Gator Guard.
My buddy Richie sent in, he cracked a 9.2 Marvel Spotlight #5. He sent it into them, came back an 8.5 on the walkthrough, or an 8.0 on the walkthrough. They crack it open, and we're looking at it, and they did something to it after cracking it. The whole damn book from the back had this huge indentation in it that went through half the book. That was not there before, obviously.
Ooh.
And now it is. And it's like, damn, dude, like this got sent in walkthrough and y'all couldn't even take care of it. I'll be damn.
Yeah. They're crazy, dude.
Golly.
They're wild. They're wilding out over there.
I just don't know what to do, man. Don't know what to do with these guys.
And I would say go to CBCS, but Jesus, man, the customer service, I can't recommend them until that's fixed.
I can't recommend them until they can get books back to people within 2 years.
Well, that too.
Right now, their turnaround time is literally over 52 weeks.
It's wild, man.
Like, who the hell would send them the books?
But that just tells you how much CGC has lost people and people have gone to CBCS.
Well, I think people have gravitated back.
Andy, I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to have to pass, good sir. You see what you offered?
I simply asked for a physical hug at some point, but that was as far as I was going to go.
Perry, I'm teaching myself some chess so I can beat that ass. Mars says you do not sound
Nick
sad.
has had one guy offer to make love to him, and now he's going to beat another guy's ass. So, what a stream! What a stream!
Mars says you don't sound nuts. It makes sense.
Well, I appreciate it because I didn't even say anything else about it on Instagram for a while because everybody was like, "Well, you just shut up. Like you sound like an idiot." And I'm just like, "All right, like I've never been one for conspiracies at all." And I really, at that point that I was putting that together and put that post out, I was like, in no way trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
You're not a conspiracy theorist.
At some point, I guess you turn into that which you hate.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I was literally gonna do an edited video and tell you to on the thumbnail to put collusion or coincidence.
It's wild, dude.
And like I said, I could be like the whole thing I did, like everything I said could be complete and total, just out of the air, utter. Just I mean, I could be full of shit, but it just seems too crazy to me, man.
It's crazy. It's collusion.
That you know,
CGC's in the danger zone.
We've been told for 2 years not to argue with the science.
It's collusion.
You can't pick and choose when to argue with the science. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Even though we've been doing that. I mean,
I've never used EGS, and I probably won't use anybody outside of CGC and CBCS just because if I ever needed to, the resale value is just not going to be there. But, man. See, James supports you.
shit, the resale value ain't there for nothing right now, bro.
Yeah, that's as a whole.
And real quick,
on...
if anybody watching right now or anybody watching on the replay was the person that decided to send me an offer for a book for $200 less than the asking price listed on eBay. I had a listing on eBay for my Edge of Spider-Verse, and it's already the cheapest listed copy on anywhere online. Cheaper than the last sales by far. If you're the one that sent me an offer for $200 less than that asking price, well, the message I sent you back is pretty much how I feel about that. So,
yeah, dude, unbox them bitches and then sell the hell out of them.
yeah, man, for sure.
What up, Film Age?
The guy wasn't happy with.
I know.
I sent him back. The middle finger emoji, and I was like, really? Then he got mad and said, well, then maybe you should set your best offer things to where you want them. I'm like, well, I just didn't think anybody would, be that big of a jerk to say, you're already cheaper than everybody else by a long shot. Let's see if you'll go $200 cheaper. Like, get your ass out of here.
Check out Instagrails and or Comics Elite. I've seen some on there. But yeah,
Elite Comics 11, man, they got some good stuff on there.
I'm waiting on stuff to drop hard. I'm gonna pick up some big books here soon.
It already has.
Spider-Man 700. I'm gonna buy the heck out of it. Big boy bucks.
Hey, there's the two that I got in this week. This one's already gone. This right here is a cool ass book, though, man. This is pretty neat, man. This Chromium Wolverine 145. This is the copy where it gets sold back. But it's cool as crap. And then I got this one back, which I haven't even listed yet. But I thought about not listing it because after watching WandaVision, I was like, man, I love Wanda, and that is a cool ass book. But pretty neat, pretty neat. And it's
Instagrails, James.
cool, man. No, watch Elite Comics 11, man. Those are my people over there.
What's the next big book you guys want to buy? Honestly, I've gotten everything I kind of want. I'm deciding on what I want to. Whoa, that was weird.
What are you doing?
Look, somebody needs to take this away
Get your
from me.
act together for 5 minutes today. That would be great.
Anywho's, I don't know what I want to buy because I've already bought all the Spider-Man books and or been gifted them outside of ASM1. But unless ASM1 drops down to about 2K, I'm probably not going to pull the trigger anytime soon, just with uncertainties in the market. Although I do have some stocks to sell, and around January they are available to sell, and the stock of my company is skyrocketing. So if that keeps going up and January hits and there's one around X amount, I may take that stock, sell it, and buy that book. But it needs to get down to about X amount. And I
think
could
it's
do.
gonna go down to that X amount, bro.
I don't know, dude.
It could because it could because
and
yeah.
I'm good with like a TO.
I want
a 2-0.
The next big book I want is Avengers 1 for sure. I mean, that's one I've been wanting.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that pressing and cleaning these books, getting them graded and selling them would allow me to have the funds to make that purchase because my buddy Richie's got a nice copy, like a 3.0 or a 3.5. But
what do you want for it?
I forget.
I just didn't know what they were going for right now.
I think a couple of months ago, I think he told me like 3,700.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah. So, but with the market shit in the bed like it has, I haven't been able to move anything.
Yeah.
Like I've got slabs sitting here that just are collecting dust, ain't moving anywhere.
Yeah,
and I've got all my stuff priced lower than you're gonna find any other prices for them,
man,
and still can't move them, man. It's crazy. I never would have thought if you would have asked me a year ago. And actually, I talked to my wife about this week because we made the decision last year. We had some extra cash, and she wanted to, instead of holding it in the bank, invest it into a comic book because she watched Discovery Bay do the video. That right there put me on the path. He took like 10 grand. They were going to put it in the stock market, but instead he put it into the comic book market. And my wife was asking, like, does this work? And this, that, and the other. She's like, well, what if we took this amount of money? Do you know what book you would buy? I said, there's 3 books. Excuse me. There's 3 books right now that I can see putting money into now. And like we could hit an absolute,
banger.
No, I was going to say we could hit like a damn Great Depression style recession. Now, again, this was a year ago. I didn't realize we'd be where we are now. And these 3 books would still hold. I said Hulk 181, Giant Size X-Men, and Ultimate Fallout 4. Nick and I did a video last year talking about, what books we thought would be able to withstand the correction in the comic market, which we knew was coming. And we were wrong about even those because even those have tanked. But
I don't think there's a book that's consistently gone up. I don't think there's one book that's continued to go up.
Freaking Marvel Spotlight 5 and Ghost Rider 1 did for a long. I don't know if they still are, but them books never stopped moving. It was crazy. Make no sense to me. We decided to buy the Hulk 181.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. That's why whenever I started putting my money into these books, I just bought the ones that I really appreciated the characters for.
Yeah.
AF-15's even dropped, Chris.
Yeah.
We talked about that a while ago. We did a GPA on him.
Look, he's already worth less now than what I paid for it last year. Hulk 181 has hit the tank.
It'll go up.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I was saying that to say I never would have thought that I would have lost money buying an Ultimate Fallout 4 raw, getting it graded, getting a 9.6. Never would have thought I would have lost money on that book. But I did. Never would have thought I would have been able to buy an Edge of Spider-Verse #2, get it graded, have it grade high, and lose money on it. If it sells for what I have it priced at now,
Nope.
I'll lose money on that one as well. I actually think I broke even. I think I made like $18 on the Ultimate Fallout 4. But those were books that I was just like, you know what? I just literally had the books just fell into my lap. It wasn't that I was looking for those books, but I was just like, for that price, and I see what I can do with them, and I'm paying the price for what the book looks like now, but I can improve the way it looks, get it graded, and make a couple $100.
So what you're saying is we need another coronavirus to hit.
We don't have to, dude. We got the chicken pox running wild, bro. Don't
It's the monkey pox.
Oh, whatever.
Oh my God!
It's almost election time, man. Something's about to break off.
Hey, Andy. So I've been kind of keeping my eye on this one. It's people are selling 6 O's for dang near what I paid for that one.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean,
it hurt my feelings.
Well, I think I've always thought
James
Ultimate Fallout 4. I've thought for the past few years, Ultimate Fallout 4 and Hulk 181 were good books to use to look at market health. And 3.5's yellow. I've seen a 3.0 yellow label with Stan Lee's signature on it sell for like $200 more than what I paid for my 2.5.
Yeah.
People are not putting, large amounts of money into low grade stuff. Like modern stuff is in the absolute crapper right now from what I've seen.
A whole crapper.
But, yeah, it's crazy. Like, big books, like if you've got big books, like people are buying those, but people are just being super selective with what they're buying though.
He means like Joe Dirt style crapper.
I thought it was crazy though, man. I would have never thought that Miles and Spider-Gwen would be down, but they are down.
Let the new trailer come out. Everybody be like, "Oh my God, we have to have them again."
I don't know.
We gotta have them
because
why buy them? Why buy
Black Panther movie? That movie didn't do anything for Submariner.
Dude, that's amazing.
I remember when he did that. I remember the video. This man literally spent a year planning that out and got that book. So that was cool. But I don't think movie hype is really doing a whole lot right now because Submariner books didn't do shit after that came out. After Black Panther came out.
Let's be realistic. That Submariner is not exactly going to get people hyped up about the comic book version.
Yeah, but it ain't never about that. Like how many times? I mean, look at America Chavez books. They ain't doing shit right now. Look at the Miss Marvel books. They ain't doing shit right now.
That's because the people that like those characters. The people that like those characters aren't specifically into comic books and buying them. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, look at She-Hulk right now. I've seen She-Hulk
on the rise
all over
the damn
place. I ain't seen, and I'll always look, and the comments are empty.
Well, but again, with the She-Hulk, it's been on the rise for quite some time, and people generally like the peak is always going to be either at the trailer or at the big announcement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the trailer hype has. I think that now the peaks and the spikes are happening as soon as the rumor mill starts.
Yeah.
And by the time you get the actual announcement, I think the books have already gone so high.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like they're really moving a whole lot more. But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what else did we hear about? I haven't seen Blade hit any top 10s anywhere. We got a Blade announcement. Fantastic Four. I mean,
it's wild that Fantastic Four, like none of those books outside of the like the ones in the first 10 or the Black Panther stuff are really a big deal. Or Galactus, like you know what I mean, like that 48 to 52. Nobody cares.
Yeah, but Blade's been. I'm saying there hasn't been like a big spike due to the announcement though. I'm not saying that book has fallen off. I'm saying as far as looking at movie announcement and shit like that, hasn't spiked the book like
It's not gone into the danger zone yet, Ryan.
like it normally
Or
like we've seen in the past that books have done. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, hell, look at Spider-Punk. Like Spider-Punk toys are
So
being
stupid.
shown for that Into Spider-Verse movie, and those books didn't do shit. But when they talked about Spider-Man 2099, those books spiked for a minute. They're back down now to right where they were. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think
Ryan is
right now people are being so selective with what they're doing with their money.
That's Ryan.
What am I looking forward to? Fantastic Four. And I say that with the hopes that they don't Disney-fy it and destroy
It's getting Disney-fied.
I'm sure.
It is totally getting Disney-fied. It's going to be bad. I'm just keeping my expectations low. But heck, as bad of a run as they've had this year, they may try to stay true to the comic books. Who knows? But so Andy was asking about ASM 129, First Appearance of Punisher. And so a 12-month average, it's, fairly still up, but a 90-day average is kind of what I go off of. Every single one of these are in the red across the board.
And if you look at the last sale,
$200.
Look at the last
yeah, I'm sure last sale's even worse.
The last sales are what are dragging them down, man. Like I think by November, these 90-day averages on most of these books are going to look like shit.
Yeah. It's going to be wild, dude. Wild. What did Whodot want to look up?
Fantastic
Black
Four.
Panther. I'm excited for Black Panther.
He wants to FF number 4. He's got that 6'5" Stan Lee signed copy. Son of a bitch. I tell you what. I am extremely envious of his Fantastic Four collection, bro. Like,
what grade did he want? 6'5"?
6'5" yellow label.
Oh, I have it set to just uni. Just a uni. There's not even a 6'5" on here. Oh, there it is. 6603. But yeah, no recent sales. Dang, a 7.5 sold for 17.5. Holy guaca, holy moly.
Mm-hmm.
And then a blue label.
Well, I mean, so last month, it might have even been further out than that. I asked Jim, because he bought those FF4s last year.
Yeah.
And I asked him, like, I was like, hey, I was just curious, like, were you ever able to move those? And he's like, bro, I can't do shit with them, man. Everybody keeps listing them so low. Like, I can't do shit.
Yeah. It's wild, dude.
Like,
10.5. Good deal.
Hell yeah, dude.
See, even AF15, all down. 90-day average, isn't it? Except for a 2L. Jesus, could you imagine spending $36,000 on a 2.0
Spider-Man book? No.
I could. If I just had, the money, I'd go do it tomorrow. Let me hit a lottery. Let me lottery something. All right, so do we want to continue down this rabbit hole? Do we want to talk about She-Hulk? I know everybody is here strictly for our She-Hulk opinions. It is buying time, Andy, except when you're in my line of work, you could possibly be the first one to go. So you gotta
hold that say right there? What's that say right there? Fan exclusive, baby.
Uh-oh. Send it to CGC. They're grading posters,
baby. No acetate out here. This is a real exclusive, homeboy.
Put that shit in a plastic bag and send it and tell us the acetate version.
Dude, I went to like 4 stores today to find this Top Gun shirt. I was so mad that there wasn't one specific to Maverick, but I should have just went to freaking Walmart because that's where I ended up finding it.
Look, I got some posters too. The David Bowie band.
Dave Matthews Band. Doot. All right, so let's get into the She-Hulk before everybody starts leaving.
All right, She-Hulk. Oh! Real quick, I want to show off what I bought today.
Nick went to the comic book store.
I actually bought
haven't been
quite
to
a
the
bit
comic
from
book
Josh.
store in a whole minute.
So this is a big deal. I got
the first appearance of Toy Story in comic books. Just saying.
That's pretty neat.
And I got the second appearance. What?
Zaro
Binsky. Thomas, bro, you never showed us the colored Batman artwork, bro. And I've been, unless you put it out, and I haven't looked at it, but I haven't checked in a few days, but I love that Batman artwork you did.
I have no clue why I bought this, but it was in my my bin, so I bought it. It's a cool cover.
It's your Spider Guy on it.
I like it. It's pretty
By
cool.
the way, you should check out JCPenney because they have some really cool comic book style Spider-Man t-shirts.
Oh, yeah?
Like literally like they took like pieces of the comic book and put it on a shirt.
So, that's cool. So, one, we don't have anyone near us. We don't have a
Okay.
single JCPenney, but two,
Well, they didn't have any in your size, or I would have grabbed you one because
Okay.
I definitely looked. And they also had some like Golden Age Superman ones that I wanted to grab, but they only had like one size of each, and you know they were like smalls and stuff. Like
that
kind
is
of
cool.
grown man wears a small T-shirt.
A baby man. And what was I about to say? Oh, two, I went to Hobby Lobby today. And dude, it is amazing to me that artists aren't more pissed off about this kind of stuff because Marvel, and they do it on t-shirts too. They literally ripped off Stegman's cover of Venom 3 where Spider-Man's hanging off of or Miles or Spider-Man, whoever it is hanging off the tongue of Venom or Noel or whoever it is on that cover. And literally just clipped it off. No name, no credit, no anything, and put it on a canvas. Wild. Also, got this. That's cool. Super pumped. Dude, I love it so much. It's so I'm one way past
sent
this.
me what that Batman looks like. I got to look at it. That shit was too cool looking.
No, I have not, James. That seems very odd. What did Andy say JK to? Oh, She-Hulk, he's out. You know, I was shocked about She-Hulk. So I posted something, getting people riled up a little bit this week. Not that, you know, I'm known for that or anything. Not twobrotherscomics.com. Two Brothers Comics Instagram.
I just, this shit right here, dude. Thomas Zarbinsky in the chat did that. And I don't know what it is that about that I saw that and I was just like, man.
Does it make you happy?
It does. I just thought that was so damn cool looking, man. It's such a different take and a different style art, and I loved it, man. Absolutely love it. Freaking awesome.
So let's talk a little bit about
I screenshot it, Thomas. I won't sell pictures of it, but I did screenshot it so I can look at it anytime I want. You still have me on full screen. People don't want me on full screen.
No, I got you. We're done. We're good. All right, so She-Hulk. So I posted this week. She-Hulk, and this was before it came out. This was Wednesday. She-Hulk, attorney at law, is Marvel's trash at its most offensive. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then it says, USA Today, review is so close yet so far from greatness. And then a 4.9 out of 10. And everybody was jumping in on it. And they're like, oh, you found one thing. And I'm like, no, look, it's like 3 different sources. And we were excited about this. 115 comments, dude. Holy. People were pissed.
And I still think you deleted the comment that I put on there, but
I did.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Because I'm trying to, like, you know, get people to talk some smack. You know what I mean?
Well, I was just talking smack to you.
I don't even know what you said, to be honest with you.
I said, what the hell's wrong with you, Nick? Haven't you learned your lesson yet that you are not allowed to talk shit about Marvel? It is only okay to speaketh the shitteth about DC. Get your shit together.
No, we are not.
That's what I wrote.
And what's funny is, like, I talk to people, right? We talk to people privately.
Nuh-uh.
And they're like, it wasn't that big of a deal. And I'm like, yeah, I was trying to stir the pot a little bit, but, like, we were literally, no, not 7 people shared it. Speaking of which, all the stuff about Jack and whatnot, like, there was over 100 shares on those. Crazy. Anywho's, so I posted, I was like, we were excited about this, but after, these reviews, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too hot. And, like, I say, yeah, okay, apparently got review bombed or whatever, like, who cares? But, so I watched it Wednesday, middle of the day sometime, and I watched it again that night. And I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny for what it was, a stupid, cheesy comedy. I really thought it was hilarious. What did you think?
Well, I'm a sexist misogynist, so I I did not hate it. It was not something that I
And he's joking about the sexist misogynist, just by the way. Like, I know Tyler's going to clip that shit and it's going to be on somebody's boob later. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Tyler at Whack Comics.
I
Hey,
mean,
Bolo could be
I'll
the
keep
third brother if
watching
he
it.
wasn't, ignoring us.
Oh man, I'll keep watching it, but I mean, I didn't think it was like great or anything. I was just like, okay, like
Going into it,
well, my thing was like we go 3 minutes in and like, okay, she's She-Hulk now.
well, but
And
you
not
know
only
what?
that, but hold on, let me finish. Not
Okay.
only that, like that wasn't like the worst thing. Like I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, we're jumping right into the thing. Like, cool, you're not making us wait. It's not a movie, it's a TV series, and cool, you're not making us wait. But then like they do the whole thing that they do all the time with like there's no struggle and you read some of the books, so if this is the way it goes in the books, then fine. But like Hulk had to deal with some shit to learn. Bruce Banner had to deal with some shit to deal with being Hulk, and like she just automatically right out the gate, and she even says it multiple times, makes the point that she's just better than Hulk.
Yeah.
Everything he can do, she can do better, and
Yeah.
she can do everything better than him.
And see, I
And
get what
that
you're
goes on
saying.
for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, like he throws the rock, she throws it farther. He hits her, she hits him harder.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, do we have to make like Hulk already looks bad enough anyway right now?
So, and that
So
was
we
kind of
have to completely just run him in the dirt and make him look like shit. That's the only way we can make She-Hulk look strong as a character. Like, bro, like there's like you could have done it without making Hulk look even worse than he already does. Like,
Yeah.
I hate what they're doing to Hulk right now anyway, but I don't know. I mean, I'll keep watching it, but it wasn't something that I'm not. I keep seeing people saying She-Hulk best MCU Disney Plus show so far, which we see about every show, but it doesn't even. He doesn't. This doesn't even come close to touching like WandaVision or Loki. Like, it's not even close. Not even in the conversation.
So what I did, and so I'll preface everything with kind of my opinion. So I I finished Spider-Man and I kind of wasn't sure what I was going to read, and so I decided I was going to start with She-Hulk. So I started with Savage She-Hulk, read the first 10 issues. That was a weird tone. It was very serious, very very like a normal kind of comic book where she's on a revenge. And basically how she gets her powers in the comic books was a little bit different than the TV show. In the comic book, she gets shot. Bruce saves her and then gives her an IV with his blood, and that's how she becomes She-Hulk. And it happens like super fast. And I thought it was kind of lame they didn't go down that route, and I'm sure they did it because they didn't want to put guns in the show, or they didn't want to have Bruce saving She-Hulk like right off the bat. It was She-Hulk saving, or whatever her name is, saving Bruce, and it just conveniently. But like I looked at it from this perspective of like, this is just a stupid TV comedy. Hell, they had like Titania. Her little karate kick was like the worst. Like they should have just left the freaking ropes hanging on to her while she did the kick. And I'm just like, okay, this is pure cheese. And so I took it from that aspect of it as like, don't take anything serious. It's cheesy, kind of like what it is in Sensational She-Hulk. So you have Savage She-Hulk that was like 25 issues. Sensational She-Hulk, I think either hit 50 or a little bit over, a little bit less, something like that. They don't have them all on Marvel Unlimited yet. And but it was very interesting. It was funny. I felt like they stayed true to the tone of Sensational She-Hulk, breaking the fourth wall, being goofy, being serious, not taking itself serious at all. So for me, I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't have any major complaints from that perspective, but I get what you're saying. Like,
and I knew that's how the comics go,
Yeah.
and like it's a whole like goof thing, and like that's fine. Like I don't care. Like She-Hulk's not a character that I care about in comics, and I knew that it wouldn't be a character that I cared about on screen.
Yeah.
And honestly, if we weren't doing this, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah.
Until we get to the Daredevil stuff, but he'll probably look like shit too. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So, and honestly, like, I think Hulk. I do think it's kind of stupid that they definitely made him just like, made him look kind of like an idiot, when he's just trying to do something good for her. But it also says something about her character as well, where she can't accept that. You know what I mean? So it was very weird, very strange. But when it comes down to like the show itself, I didn't feel like there was any, anything being really pushed or anything like that. Like it was just a stupid. They're trying to make it. It felt almost like they were trying to do a buddy comedy thing, or like, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
And I probably wouldn't be so vocal about it if they haven't been doing this since, if they hadn't done this in everything that has come out since Doctor Strange, where they make Black Bolt like
a bitch.
He looks like a bitch. Fantastic Four, the leader of the Fantastic Four, the smartest man in the Marvel Universe, looks like a whole bitch immediately, so that we can make the female characters look strong. And then we go into Thor: Love and Thunder. All the male characters in that look like all whole bitches. Every single one of them made out to look like whole bitches. Why? So we can make the female characters look stronger. Like, why is that the only way to make the female character look stronger?
Yeah, dude, because Wanda, I mean, she stays on her own.
Exactly.
Valkyrie, she was badass, dude.
Yeah,
all on her own.
Wanda, honestly, right now, 100% my favorite character in the MCU. Top tier. There's not even a number 2 right now. To me, in my book, in my personal opinion, she's number 1, sitting up there on top of the mountain by her damn self.
See, we love women,
but
Dustin loves women.
I just don't like how we have to introduce new characters, and the only way that we can get people to like them is if we make all surrounding male characters look like bitches, look like weak punk ass dudes. Like I don't understand that thought process.
They think it's toxic masculinity.
Well, they can kiss my ass because I don't care.
Honestly. Yeah, but anyways, so like I said, I mean, I did enjoy
it's not bad, dude. It's not great. It was. I didn't think it was horrible. I didn't think it was fantastic. It's just like middle of the road, like something to watch. It's something to watch with comic book characters. I just this whole Hulk doing yoga shit right here, I just couldn't get over that. I was like, this is some goofy looking shit right here.
Yeah.
This big bastard trying to do yoga, like, good God.
So this was the funniest part to me in the whole thing. Let me see if I can get to it. This is where I felt like they should have just went ahead and kept the where is it? The strings attached to her.
I think the CGI looks great.
It was better. There was some weirdness, but yeah. Oh, they didn't let her do the kick. Or maybe I missed it. Hold on, maybe it's coming. Because it was so goofy. And it was like a 30-second in the air. Where is it? Okay, I guess oh, there it is. Like, tell me that's not some weird.
I didn't catch that.
so here it is. Okay, so think of
trying to do that Liu Kang kick, man,
or Kung Fu Hustle. If you guys haven't seen Kung Fu Hustle, like this
Liu Kang's kick, dude, all the way across the screen,
bro. Look at this. I mean, she was in the air for an hour.
No, that's not the sound he makes. I can't remember the sound that you use for our super chat.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Oh my God. And that's where I was
but
like,
again,
you know what?
like it fits in with this style of show though.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of like cheesy goofiness that they're trying to pull off, and like it so like maybe that's why I didn't notice it.
Yeah, like and to me, like I caught it. I was like, oh my God, that was terrible. And then I was like, no, this is just cheese and they're being goofy on purpose. And so that's why for me, I was like, it's fine, But I do appreciate though, and somebody else mentioned earlier
Jesus
that
Christ, Chris.
oh God. So I do appreciate the fact though that they're keeping her look. I mean, she looks just like she did in the comic books.
Yeah, she's huge, she's tall.
Yep.
Got that
Got the
long,
long
flowing
black hair.
hair.
Just honestly, I mean, and She-Hulk, like, and people, I guess it's not offensive, but She-Hulk is supposed to be very attractive.
Yeah,
She's supposed to be a very beautiful woman, and I think they did a good job here.
yeah.
But
Which
I
I
do,
still can't like look at comic books and say that comic character looks hot like on the
no,
like,
but you know what I mean.
I
Like,
can't
you,
make that connection in my
yeah.
head, but like on screen, like that character, like that, like her as like yeah, like it's
But if you
she's
see
an
the
attractive looking
sensational
character.
She-Hulk covers, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, no,
they
I
do.
definitely
Okay.
understand
Okay.
the thing. I'm just like, yeah, I get it, 100%.
Yeah.
I know what they're doing. Yeah, 100%. I get
Yeah.
it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm
Too
just
funny.
not one that has like She-Hulk, comic books in the bathroom next to the tissues. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
I can't make that connection in my
No,
head.
I'm not having. Yeah,
Hey,
definitely not. So, but
yeah, that would have. Jesus Christ, Trinity! Oh my God, get the hell out of here, Trinity!
good
Anybody
Lord,
that understands that, you're a dirty bastard.
I get it, and I don't want to.
Oh my God.
Um, mm, 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 mm. Y'all aren't right. What up, Nosh?
What? Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, for sure. But so what I was gonna say is I know people complain a lot about Moon Knight, how it was such a slow burn, and you never really got a lot of
I still
Moon
haven't
Knight,
watched it.
and in She-Hulk they jumped right into it. And I'm like, hey, cool, definitely appreciate it. I wish they would have stayed true to the comic origin because that's the way I am. And the reason she was shot is a good reason in the comic books. It wasn't like, oh, just I'm gonna get shot. You know what I mean? No. So it was very interesting. She was, I don't know. But definitely, like, the comic books aren't all that great of a read. Savage was like the first 10 issues. I dropped off pretty, like, it was tough. I like, what's up, George? I like Moon Knight too, but I was trying to compare. Like, I heard people say that it was too slow and you didn't get a lot of Moon Knight, and then with She-Hulk, like, you get it almost immediately. What, the first 5 minutes? So I thought that was cool. But Sensational, I think if you're going to read anything, like, and just kind of enjoy it, Sensational is probably the better. And they retell the origin pretty quickly in it anyways. So, but like, if they stay true to that, I think they're going to have a hit on their hands. I think it's going to be fun as long as they don't start getting weird and preachy and stuff like that. I think it'll be fine.
I think it would have been. I think personally, I would have enjoyed seeing her like go through trying to figure out how
Yeah.
to be She-Hulk. Like I want
But
to
see,
see.
in the comics, they didn't really do that.
No.
She just basically kind of like.
Well, I guess okay. So I guess if I think about it, like I guess it does kind of make sense because like she's still her.
Yeah.
But I think like for the comedic aspect, like it would have been funny seeing her like for 10 minutes or so, like you see a montage of her looking like a brand new baby horse, like
Yeah.
trying to get her legs underneath her and like, okay, I just went from being like a 4 foot tall woman to now I'm like 7 feet and a monstrous person. But
Yeah.
like I said, it was one that I thought when we watched the trailer, it looked like it would be funny. And there was some funny parts to it. I don't know if it's going to be, I think I just think that the people that are out there saying that this is the best show that Disney Plus has put out, like, bro, I don't know what, I don't partake in any of it, but whatever y'all are smoking, you need to put it down because it's hurting your brain cells.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I guess each to their own. Each their own, I guess. But yeah, Hulk acting like she was a horse.
Yeah, that was funny. I was laughing at that.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yep.
Easy, girl, easy.
And then it was funny whenever Hulk was like, "Well, what calmed me down was Natasha's lullaby, or getting smacked in the face." Or I was like, you know what? My biggest gripe with this whole thing with Marvel right now is the fact that, and people are going to call me a prude, I guess, but like, You know, we don't need orgies being thrown in Thor and that being a big point. We don't need to talk about Steve Rogers, Captain America, who's supposed to be, you know, up here in terms of morality and things like that. Talk about his virginity and stuff like that. And make that like, I get you guys are trying to be funny, but stuff like that I just think is not needed, especially whenever you're maybe trying to do a kid show or something like that. I thought it was a bit stupid and facetious. You know what I mean? It's like if they would have done that about a female character, people would have been pissed. So I don't know. I think it was a bit gratuitous, I guess, for no real reason. And I know everybody else they're like, oh my god, that was so funny. Chris Evans.
Well, I mean, if you watch She-Hulk, like, you know, they did the whole thing where like the guys are doing the cat calls and, you know, they're, you know, making those guys out to look like, you know, like these are just creepy assholes because, you know, they think she's hot and they're cat calling her. But in Thor: Love and Thunder, like,
they were cat calling the heck out of him.
They strip him naked, and them damn girls are like losing their shit over it and everything.
No, and I know She-Hulk was raunchy, but I'm saying like, unless you're gonna go full blown raunchy with She-Hulk specifically, like there's no need to bring in weird stuff like that. And again, I didn't like them doing that in Thor either with the orgies in the movies and things like that.
No, I see what you're saying about the She-Hulk thing. Like, don't ride the line of like I can show my can I let my kid watch it or not? Like,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. That's a good point. They went to the danger zone on that one.
Don't let me think that I can let my kid watch it for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden, oh shit, no, earmuffs.
Yeah.
Which,
at least do like Super Pets did and bleep it. And have to explain that away.
But no, I mean, you know, maybe it'll get better.
Well, like I said, I was fine with it.
I hope they don't neuter the hell
What's
out
up, Kyle?
of Daredevil though.
Oh, they're gonna for sure neuter Daredevil. They're gonna have Punisher come out and probably do like some big anti-gun stance, and probably he's gonna start using ninja stars or something. Like it's gonna be wild. I hope it doesn't happen.
I don't think they'll do that to Punisher.
And I think Kingpin is not gonna get to be the brutal, vile human being he is. God, man, I truly, truly love Kingpin. Such an amazing character. Such a good villain.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. After watching over almost 2 years of lackluster and mostly disappointing superhero content, I had the greatest palate cleanser of all time last night in Top Gun Maverick, baby. Greatest movie ever filmed in cinema history. And it was such a palate cleanser. Such a palate cleanser of just good, wholesome badassery. 100%. 100%.
Are you gonna tell us what it was?
I did. Top Gun Maverick. You know, movie poster. Bam! I straight up live in the motherfucking danger zone now, baby. Nobody can hear you.
Okay, not gonna lie, the first time I watched this movie and I saw a grown man chomp at another grown man, it made me feel very awkward, like I wanted to turn off the movie.
Why?
A grown man chomped at another grown man in a locker room. Okay.
He was hey, go ahead and step, bro. You don't know it. You don't know it yet, but I'm gonna be Batman one day, mother.
I mean, come on. Was it sexy chomp? I don't know about that stuff.
I'm so pumped, dude. I got home last night because I went to the movie late after Hagen's baseball.
Yeah.
And I got home in the middle of the night. My wife was still awake, and I was like, "Oh, you're still awake? Good. We're gonna rent the first Top Gun so you can watch it. That way we can go see Maverick this weekend." And she watched it. We had to watch some last night, some today, and we're going to see Maverick tomorrow, baby. We got a babysitter, and we are going on a movie date for the first time, and I don't know how long. And
so y'all are going tomorrow again?
Yep, we're going to see Maverick tomorrow. All right, let's look at the last thing that we have on the agenda tonight, and then maybe we can look through some of this stuff, some of the back and forth between John and I on movies that he thought were better, or movies he was asking me if they were better than Maverick, and my very, very creative responses. Oh, I loved the first Top Gun, but I think Maverick, and we were talking about it last night after we saw it, me and the boys. Maverick is like Rocky IV territory, where everybody hardly ever is the sequel better than the original, but like Rocky, everybody loves Rocky IV the most. Now, me personally, I think Rocky II is the best, but that's just me, and I am a Rocky guy through and through. But we're looking at Rocky IV territory right here with Maverick for sure. Wait, what did I say? What did I say about what?
My mustache, how much you loved it.
What did I say about what, Vince? It's good to see you jumping in here, Vince. I've been missing your ass. You sorry bastard.
All right, we're going to talk about Ezra Miller.
Yeah, let's talk about, speaking of sorry bastards, let's talk about Ezra Miller.
What a groomer.
Ezra Miller. What a punk ass, man. We're going to look at this apology.
Here we go.
Yeah, well, those still aren't Top Gun Maverick in my book, bro. Rocky IV, hot doo-doo water. Empire was garbage, bro. All right, so for anybody who doesn't know, Ezra Miller, Nick, tell them why Ezra Miller is even having to give an apology.
Well, he's choked a woman, he's groomed a couple of girls, he's robbed some houses for alcohol.
What the hell is grooming?
Basically, he had some young girls on this Indian ranch. And again, I'm allegedly and stuff like that. But basically, he's had this young female with him who like just turned 18 or something like that. Very young girl. His parents came out and they're like, look, he groomed pets their hair.
That's literally what I thought whenever you said it. Like,
no, so basically,
because I know a guy that's in charge of a country that does that.
Slowly preparing somebody to be taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Somebody generally in a place of power. So, and that's basically what he's done. So, but what he's saying is, having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, and I understand that I'm suffering complex mental health issues, and have begun ongoing treatment. And basically, this didn't even come out until Zaslav talked about, different options, and still going on with the Flash movie, and I want to apologize, but this came out, and for a while they couldn't even find him. They issued new arrest warrants, couldn't find him, things like that, for trying to rob a house or actually robbing a house. I want to apologize to everyone that I've alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I'm committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage of my life. But this dude is wild.
I mean, he's not even going to tell us who wrote that for him and made him. I mean, like, you can like who the hell, and the fact that there are people out there defending this sorry ass dude is absolutely it's just ridiculous.
No. All right.
It's absolutely ridiculous that people are out there defending this guy and saying that they want him to be able to continue to be Flash, and that he shouldn't be just completely burned at the stake for his actions and this, that, and the other. We should be forgiving and blah, 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 blah.
Yep. So here it is.
Mm-mm.
So here's like one of the first few. So physically and verbally abusing a young female for 6 years, and at 18, like, she jumped on a plane or a car or whatever and just took off with him. Just wild. 14-year-old to a London premiere. Dude, you have no reason to be doing anything with a 14-year-old female. So that came out. Something to do with leading a cult, doing some weirdness there. He was videotaped being arrested after he beat up some couples in Hawaii a couple times, vandalized somebody's house getting some alcohol. Like, it's really wild, dude. And, you know,
yeah, well, sorry, deep dive. Guess it is what
I
it
missed
is,
that
man.
memo.
I can't help it.
Let's see what his most recent arrest warrant.
His most recent arrest warrant.
Serious. Court is unable to locate Ezra Miller. Okay, so that was June. Let's see. There was one about
apparently he's still finishing up Flash or something. Like, why the hell would they continue?
they've been doing reshoots this whole time. That's why this apology came out.
Cancel that bullshit, bro.
Dude, 100%.
Nobody want to see that. No way.
And that's what we told DC, because they kept asking for these, DC box things to get it published. And we're like, look, if you're not guys not even going to stand up and denounce this, how are we supposed to be brand reps for you guys? You know what I mean? So we have the one video. I mean, we have 4 boxes left.
If they'd have sent us a Flash box, nope, not doing it, bro.
Bro, did you know Batgirl holds a massive record? The one they canceled?
The most expensive movie to be canceled or something like that?
No! The longest running director's cut, because it contains over 90 minutes of deleted footage.
Oh, okay.
You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You get it, guys? Because it's canceled. It was deleted. Honestly, though, I know people are pissed at Zaslav because he keeps cutting stuff and whatever, but what are you guys going to be saying in 5 years if they're on a massive trajectory upwards? Zaslav may be literally everything DC needs to be, and they've not even got to comic books yet, the publishing side.
I think that they should just, shut everything down and start over. Dude. Don't do shit for, 2 years.
No.
Nothing.
But I do think there needs to be a serious rework, so... Exactly, dude. 100%. And honestly, I don't know, even if it's the greatest movie alive, I don't know if I'll even be able to enjoy it because the whole time I'm going to be sitting here thinking about how big of a piece of shit he is.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man, because people get canceled, excommunicated, whatever word you want to use, for a whole hell of a lot less.
Yeah.
A whole hell of a lot less.
Well, Johnny Depp was a good example.
Consistently across the board. But this sorry bastard here.
Dude, I don't understand why.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the worst Flash movies ever, or one of the worst DC movies. And that's, I guess, hitting the bar low, but still.
Yeah. And like I said, I cannot fathom in my head what kind of person you would have to be to support this guy.
It's not. I guess they didn't deem it superior. Well, maybe they did.
Well, I mean, if they put it out, then apparently they are. But it's just.
Well, I guess but apparently they are doing reshoots and stuff, and that's why a week or 2 later they came up with this apology, and it was very strange.
Yeah, and everybody was saying when I posted that on Instagram, well, maybe they're doing something to transition him out and a new Flash in. I don't give a shit what they're doing.
Yeah.
They don't need to do shit with this guy.
No, put in Grant Gustin. Yeah, Grant Gustin. Love that guy. Oh, by the way, Dustin, CW sold off, and apparently it came out that CW, their average viewer was 58 years old. Could you imagine that? We're talking the superhero shows made for 14-year-olds, and the average viewer was 58. Blows my mind. And apparently every show was losing hand over foot. So money-wise.
I can't remember the last time I watched anything CW. I mean, by the time I started watching Arrow, it was already all on Netflix, and then I haven't watched it in a long time.
I always was very partial to Grant Gustin, I must say. I don't like the initial Arrowverse and Flash and Arrow. I mean, that has a soft spot. Hey, James, if it's Amazing Spider-Man, I have. Unless it's an Amazing Spider-Man, something I've never heard of.
Well, you did put on our Instagram bio that I've read everything Spider-Man, so
I
you're
know.
kind of
I
full
know.
of shit.
Look. In my mind, ASM is the only thing that matters. Show me a Web of Spider-Man collector that thinks other or spectacular or whatever.
There it is. I love when my friends show up.
Piss off.
I don't have a whole lot of them, but there's a couple out there.
You know what? And I'll tell you, if all you know about Spider-Man is stuff post Todd McFarlane, including the movies and things like that, sure, maybe. But if you want to go back and really appreciate and value and love what has been done with Spider-Man, read AF-15 up until Todd McFarlane. If you want to be interested in some modern stuff, maybe check out some JMS stuff. But really, up until Todd McFarlane, I mean, there was a love for Spider-Man back then. Now, I think it's like their life's goal to piss off all Spider-Man readers because the last 100 issues of Spider-Man, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with the last, obviously not 1 through 7 because it's only just started, but, post Nick Spencer. Nick Spencer's was garbage. I stopped being able to take that seriously whenever they started talking about toxic masculinity and Craven being this, what they did with Craven. And then they got into this weird corporation where Beyond is now going to send cease and desist letters to Miles Morales because he's being Spider-Man. And, well, they own the rights to Spider-Man. Who the F is going to give a whole shit about a company owning the IP rights to Spider-Man and think a cease and desist letter is going to make any difference to Miles or Peter Parker? And then they turn Ben Reilly into this weird little emotional bitch. And it's like this weird thing, right? And then they bring out this Goblin Queen who, how derivative are you going to be for the 19th time, create this brand new character, and the Goblin Queen looks terrible. So if all you know about Spider-Man is what's happened the last few, years, yeah, it's absolutely tremendous garbage. But if you were to really try hard and do some really cool stuff with, what happened from the first 400 issues, give or take. I mean, if you want to go all of Volume 1 and force yourself to read Clone Saga, it was bad. It's not as bad as what has recently been written, I'll tell you that.
Ooh, I like I said, dude, I've never heard anyone since we started getting into comic books say, bro, have y'all read Amazing Spider-Man this week? That shit was off the chain.
The only time I hear somebody say it is they go, have you seen what's happened in Amazing Spider-Man? No, why? Because they're doing some bullshit with Mary Jane and Peter Parker again. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's stupid.
Spider-Man, your biggest draw and your shittiest book.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
How does that work?
It's wild.
You know how it works? Because they know that there's people out there like you, who are such big Spider-Man fans. They're going to buy the shit regardless of how bad it is. So why would we waste our good writing team and our good artists on that book when we can put them on books that we need people to buy because they're enjoying the story? The Spider-Man folks are going to buy the Spider-Man stuff regardless.
Dude, I will never put it on.
Honestly, all you Spider-Man fanboys out there, it is your fault that those comic books suck. It is all your fault.
Honestly, I don't think so. I think it's the editorial team at Marvel, and they're afraid to get a good writer on it because
Look,
they're
you stir shit up all the time. You ain't gonna give me 2 minutes to do it over here. Fine.
What happened?
I said you stir shit up all the time talking shit. I said I can have 2 minutes to do it.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just giving an opinion. No, I agree. Dude, this recent Spider-Man run, it's been miserable. When I tell you I could have been done in mid-July with Spider-Man, I went 2 weeks without ever touching it.
Yeah, I remember
because it was so bad. And then I would read 1 or 2 issues at a time, and eventually the last 4 days reading it, I just sat down and I bet you I read 20 or 30 issues each day just so I could be done with it.
Wow.
Give me the point where you started talking Spider-Man run. I was off doing something. Literally 10 minutes ago. I just got on a little rant about.
You guys have any questions for Nick about the ASM run that he
read?
Yeah,
go ahead. And I'm going to do some one-off videos. I tried 15 times to record the video I posted this week about it. And every time, dude, the audio was just messed up. And then I kept forgetting that I had my gray card behind me. And I was like, Jesus. But let's see. yeah, what questions might you guys have? Favorite arcs? You know, at a very high level without going too in depth. Todd McFarlane's probably my favorite run of Spider-Man of all time. What he did for Mary Jane and Spider-Man as a whole, I don't think anybody else has ever had as big of an impact, unless you get to Dan Slott, where, well, it's not even Dan Slott's fault. Basically, post Clone Saga, everybody that took it on just destroyed Peter Parker worse and worse and worse. So I don't know, man. Any questions? Favorite villain, without a doubt, is Green Goblin. Without a doubt, Green Goblin. I really think every love interest they gave Peter Parker outside of Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane, Black Cat, or Silk was stupid. I can't think of another one that was like even remotely fun or interesting. After they created Hobgoblin, every single time they did a Green Goblin derivative villain, whether it was Menace or the Red Goblin or God, the Goblin Queen was stupid. Let's see. Favorite Spider-Man moment from the original run. That's a tough one because there was so much that happened so quickly there. And one thing I will tell you guys is J. Jonah Jameson, and nobody's going to know this if all you know is most recent Spider-Man stuff. Literally, Clone Saga past, you wouldn't know this, but J. Jonah Jameson literally is the quintessential Spider-Man villain. His entire life goal was to kill, destroy, ruin everything about Spider-Man. I mean, spending $1 million on spider slayers and literally all of it, but just wild. But I think my favorite moment, and I don't remember the exact issue, but it was whenever Spider-Man finally had enough of Kingpin, went to the prison and beat his ass. And I have some screenshots. I'm going to do a whole video just on screenshots I took through the year, but he beat the dog turd out of Kingpin. And it wasn't Spider-Man that did it. He pulled his mask off. He's like, this is Peter Parker doing this. I love that moment. Yeah, fantastic. I also loved whenever Mary Jane and Peter Parker were finally together. Again, the Todd McFarlane stuff. You get that model Mary Jane. Just that's what that right there. That bit. I love it. I'm trying to think of what else. What did I hate? What did I hate? I hated the fact that I killed Gwen Stacy. And what really sucks is you really don't get much of anything else, any additional Gwen Stacy for years unless they did this weird clone thing or, you know, this weird like flashback. But you never really get, and Peter Parker absolutely loves Gwen Stacy more than I think even Mary Jane, if we're being candid. Yeah, dude, J. Jonah Jameson is the best. The absolute best. My favorite modern moment, just to kind of make a derivative question off of James's question. Let's see. She-Hulk had some down. Good Lord. What's going on, Art Chemist? I did read Spider-Man Life Story right after, and you could tell that editorial didn't necessarily jump too far in on things whenever it came to Spider-Man. They kind of let Chip do his own thing, which I thought was good. I'll check out Spider-Man Blue. But yeah, overall, Spider-Man was great. I'm trying to think what would have been the... You know, there was a moment in the JMS run, J. Michael Straczynski, where Mary Jane is on the West Coast, Spider-Man's on the East, Peter Parker's on the East Coast, and they were trying to come back to each other to have a discussion. And you thought they were going to miss each other, and they finally show up at the airport at the same time. And I believe this is issue where Mysterio jumps in, or there was one of the villains there, and I forget. But the moment where they actually were like, "Oh, you made it," you're like, "Oh, felt good." They got to talk to each other. So yeah, I don't know. We might do some stuff later, but I'm kind of tired. I've been up since pretty early today. All right, Dustin, we'll move on from the Spider-Man talk. I'm not so certain everybody else is very intrigued by it. That's bad whenever, like, the quintessential Marvel character, nobody gives a damn. It's wild.
I told you. Man. Can you pull up the Instagram?
Oh, yeah. This is the last thing, right?
Yeah. So I posted on Instagram today that Top Gun Maverick was the best movie I'd ever seen. And my buddy John, he's a big movie guy, and I've always been like, I've always loved movies, but he's like way into like producers and stuff. Like he's like all about, like, he's in it. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, and he's also, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but he's also a little bit older than us, so he has a lot more experience watching, or not
yeah,
experience, but like
yeah,
the more classic movies.
yeah. He got to see all the good shit when it was coming out.
Yeah.
So this was the post that I posted, and he said, I've not seen it, but I've seen a lot of films. Can't imagine the sequel is the best of them all. I'll be posting 10 movies. Curious if Dustin likes it better. So he posted this one, The Godfather.
Okay, we'll go to the next one.
And you'll see he posted my retorts at the end. So he posted Godfather. He posted Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Which, originally was not actually called Indiana Jones. It was just called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
Fun fact for you.
Shawshank, obviously. Empire.
That's too funny. He put it Empire.
Aliens, never even watched it. Could
Yeah.
care less. The original Top Gun. Jurassic Park, which I told him was a total dick move. Schwarzenegger.
Terminator.
Haven't seen it. Like Back to the Future. Okay.
I never cared much for Back to the Future.
Oh, I enjoyed them. I love them. Die Hard, hadn't seen it either.
Die Hard. Okay, you need to do yourself a favor. Go watch Die Hard. It is one of the.
Greatest. I've wanted to see it. It's just not like when I have time to sit and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Like Die Hard's never popped into my head, So.
Well, I will tell you, Die Hard is one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time.
So you'll start seeing. So my retort here, everybody's got the aviators on. I put Maverick's helmet on dude right there in the middle, and the laughing face next to Godfather with an arrow next to Maverick, and this one being a 0 out of 10. This is him keeping count of how many movies I think are better than Maverick. So 0 out of 10 right now. And all I did to respond was I just added like some funny stuff to his post. So this one right here, Indiana Jones, got the guy saying nope, and the other guy right here, bam.
Oh yeah,
there you go. Now this one here, where he says at the bottom, almost got him. You can't see it, but the goat has a necklace on, and it's got the Top Gun Maverick logo hanging off the necklace there, saying that it is the goat. Mm-hmm. This one I really liked what I did with this one. You got Adam Sandler, thumbs down. Look at R2-D2 with the aviators, and then C-3PO with Maverick's helmet on, and of course we got the trophy with Top Gun on it, and Adam Sandler giving it a big old.
Oh man.
Tom Cruise just warming his hands up on the fire that is Top Gun Maverick. This guy's like, what the hell is aliens? Like, really? This isn't a conversation? This one here, I liked Top Gun, the original, but it's not even close to the same level to me.
Yeah.
Now, this one here, I cussed John out for putting this on the list because I told him, I mean, you guys know I love Jurassic Park. I mean, I got the big poster here. I got shirts. I got Funkos. I got comic books. I got trading cards. But I had to use the guy from the movie with the nuh-uh-uh. I had to put the aviators on him.
Did that dude die?
I don't know.
Because he was good and
he was definitely not a healthy looking person. So
no.
And this one right here, obviously Terminator had to have the Maverick hat, and I'll be back to watch Maverick tomorrow at 3:45. 1.5 gigawatts compared to Top Gun.
Good Lord.
And then this one here, Mach 1, Die Hard. Mach 10.2, Maverick. If you haven't seen Maverick, the Mach 10.2 won't make sense. And then I got the arrow pointing to the top of the building where it's blown up. This looks like the danger zone.
Good Lord. So did he, let's go back. Did it ever actually give what everybody else thought?
Yeah. I couldn't actually, I couldn't actually click on any of them to vote, but I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think Top Gun Maverick did very well on the majority of them.
Yeah.
I don't think he did very good on them. That movie did good on the majority of them, but you know, but I was having a lot of fun trying to come up with a creative way to say no. Maverick is better than this. My favorite one was either the Star Wars or the Shawshank, where I did the goat wearing a necklace, and the emblem on it was the Top Gun Maverick logo.
Good Lord, they're destroying you in the comments.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care what anybody in the chat had. Like your concerns and opinions are absolutely meaningless and less to nothing of my concern when it comes to whether
Gun
I'm
Maverick.
right about Top Gun Maverick.
It is
You
a
are
great movie.
all of you are wrong,
Just wait till
thoughtless, brainless imbeciles when it comes to this conversation. If you think I'm wrong,
I get to see Dragon Ball Super. Then I'm gonna be like, no, dude, it's all about Dragon Ball Super. Top Gun Maverick won't touch it.
this is not even me being like just trying to start shit. Like, I truly believe in my heart this is the greatest thing that I had ever seen in a film. Greatest.
It came out already. Vince, it came out Wednesday or Thursday night. Justin was supposed to go see it and he did not. It's unfortunate.
Who's Justin? I'm not
Birch.
Justin.
He probably just mistyped.
Look, don't call me a damn millennial. I hate that shit. And I'm of the opinion that there hasn't been there's been a very, very small amount of good movies that have been made.
What? I love Dragon Ball Super.
Outside of the 90s.
I love the manga too. I'm one of those people where, like, as long as they just don't poop on Goku, look, I don't care. I don't care what they do. I even say Dragon Ball GT's fine. I'm a Dragon Ball homer, as Dustin likes to call Marvel homers.
All these damn Marvel homers out here.
I can't criticize it, period. Oh my God, deep dive. That's funny. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm a big champion of the fact that the 80s and 90s were 100% the best decades for movies.
He didn't even put like
all that.
Bad Boys in there, man. What's wrong with him?
I'm just glad he didn't go with Rocky. I'm glad that he did not go with Rocky, because that would have been hard. If I would have had to shit on Rocky, like, it was bad enough I had to shit on Jurassic Park. That killed my soul. I cussed John up and down over it. And I know whenever he read that message, he was laughing his ass off because he knew he got my ass. But at that point, I was committed. But I don't know how I would have shit on Rocky.
Everybody keeps telling me to watch Dragon Ball Abridged. I had a full-blown conversation, and I just don't want to, because I don't want them to, like, ruin Dragon Ball for me. Oh, man. Let's see. Key Collector just put out a big spec thing.
Well, and in the 80s and 90s, the movies had substance to them. You know, I mean, it wasn't just recycled garbage, and it wasn't just all about getting your crap that you want everybody to believe, you know, out there shoved down everybody's throat. You know, there was so many movies that were just original stuff that was of substance. Every summer we were excited about the blockbuster hits. We knew come July shit was about to hit the fan, because the big movie was about to come out, or the big movies were about to come out.
Not Rings of Power. I mean, you're talking about Lord of the Rings, right? Because I'm not watching that. I don't want them to ruin Lord of the Rings for me.
But I mean, outside of anything that has to do with superheroes, like, in the last 15 years, like, name me something that would be considered like a huge blockbuster.
I don't know. Top Gun Maverick.
And I don't
the first movie I ever walked into.
I don't even consider that recycled at this point, man, because oh my God, man. The first 10 minutes of that movie, if that does not have you just, I mean,
That's
son.
weird.
I mean, I could have freaking poked a hole through a cement wall. Just absolutely
Very
incredible.
strange.
Incredible, dude. 6 to midnight in a second.
All right, 6 more minutes.
I've not seen Nope. I'll tell you what I'm interested in watching is Fall. Has everybody seen the freaking trailer for that movie Fall?
Where they're up on the cell
Because
tower?
holy shit balls. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Where they were up on the
Yes,
cell tower?
cell phone tower.
So apparently they had to go
Ladder
back
falls
and
down.
re-edit a bunch of F words out of there to get a PG-13. And no, because I've climbed a cell tower up to like 75, 80 feet, and I was so terrified I couldn't do it. Somebody had to come up there and help kind of talk me down because I froze
I
up.
could not even imagine you being 70 feet in the air, dude.
Look, when you're around with 40 other people climbing it, and it's no big deal.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I had you in a lift, and we were not even 12 feet off the ground, and your ass was white knuckle in the side handle.
Whenever I had to climb those, what was it, 12 or 14-foot ladders? And dude, Carl would get so mad. Just use both your hands. No, dude, I got to have 19 points of contacts and only work with my 2 fingertips because that's how I feel safest.
I mean, but the scissor lift, like you're just standing on a like you're not even climbing, and we weren't even 10 feet off the air, and you were freaking out.
I don't like this stuff, man. But like I said, dude, when I did the cell tower thing, I had
probably literally you could be on the ground and have jumped up and touched the side railing.
I know.
But
that's what's wild. It freaks me out.
Freaking out about it. So the fact that you say you were that tall,
I got a picture of it. Let me see.
I can't even imagine. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying I couldn't even imagine seeing you do it. But that movie, bro, and you see the ladder just fall, and it's just, oh shit.
Here it is. No. This was man, I was probably 18 when I did this. There we go.
Coolest thing Nick's ever done.
Yeah, dude. Look, look how good I used to look.
All right, Kyle. I'll see you tomorrow night, buddy.
Look at that. I used to look good. Had a full head of hair.
Pretty much deep dive, and Nick was freaking out. We were in a school, and they already had the ceiling grid in. If that lets you know how high up we were, the ceiling grid was already in, and we were at I think it was like a middle school or something that we were building. Yeah, I go a lot higher than that all the time. I'm working in lifts and on ladders all the time, but I mean, 70 feet, kiss my ass. I ain't doing that.
Hell no.
No way. Jose.
Danger zone, son. But yeah, like for real though, I did.
I ain't going to that danger zone.
I panicked. I panicked, and like I said, they had to come get me.
Yeah. There's been times where I've told my boss, like, okay, I'll tell you what.
Greatest moment in our relationship ever.
Man, that was the most stressful night for us.
Whew. Talk about the danger zone.
There's been times where I've told my boss, like, here's the thing. Either I can be the ground guy because I'm not going all the way up there, or I can just go home until this part of the job's over and you don't have to pay me. But either way, my ass is not going up there. Oh, it pisses him off when I won't get on something and go up super high. I'm like, sorry, dude. Like, I don't give a shit. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
Nope.
Not about to do it. Does anybody have any more questions or thoughts or concerns on anything before we roll it out for the night? We have metal slides 8 feet in the air. Oh, dude, I've been on them. Yeah. Those big ass metal slides, hotter than hell. And you get about halfway down, you hear this your skin squeaking all the way down as the friction makes you stop halfway, and then you're just sitting there burning.
So JT, yeah, I get what you're saying, man. But to me, the whole Parker Industries thing was kind of weird because it was started up by Superior Spider-Man, which was actually Doc Ock. And to me, I appreciated they gave Peter Parker, some due for his intelligence. But I thought it was really dumb how they immediately just took it all away from him. They just crashed and burned it. And like all of a sudden he went from being this multi-billionaire to like literally zero money. You're telling me this genius had no way of putting back any money, period. It was kind of a weird thing to do.
You're not supposed to remember all that, Nick.
So weird going back through these pictures.
Far into it.
God, I was a thin person.
Tenet. Hadn't heard of that one.
Oh, it was pretty interesting. You should check it out. It's a mind F. I definitely still get carded. We have a theater up here, and you have to have your ID so you can go upstairs. And yeah, I get carded. I mean, look at this. Look, come on. I was killing it, son. Nobody can tell me I didn't look good. Back when I had hair.
I got a video on our Instagram somewhere of me bending a cookie sheet over Nick's head. I hit him in the head with it so hard.
Yeah. This was a Christmas Eve after I got done at the restaurant, and I was shooting everybody with a airsoft gun.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you want to talk about seeing Dustin pissed? I had this airsoft gun. This dude would literally scream like a damn baby and start yelling at you.
You shot me in the face with the son of a bitch.
I don't care. It's an airsoft gun.
Yeah. Well, your ass sure didn't want to let me get a hold of it.
Hell no, I bought it. Yeah, and I can't grow a beard, unfortunately. It's, the mustache is all I got.
Let's see. I don't think we got anything else.
I think we covered just about everything. If there's anything else anybody wants to chat about real quick before we go, we got just a few minutes. Boy, I had a 5-head back in the day.
Good. Mighty, look at that hair.
That was like middle school or something.
That was horrible looking.
I know.
All right, guys. Well, we have officially run out of things and hitting multiple air pockets of silence.
Well, Dustin, if you want to stay on or, do another stream where you play your Uno and stuff, I don't know if Justin's up and wants to do that or not, but I shan't not be doing that this time. I almost died last week.
Oh, I was fine, but I got stuff I got to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Things and plans and all of that. So hopefully we come up with some good stuff for this coming weekend's.
I plan on doing some Spider-Man stuff that nobody will watch, maybe. I don't know. I figure if I do some ranking videos, maybe those will take off. Yeah. If not, then
Yeah, if anybody has suggestions or things that you'd be interested in seeing us do videos about, our regular recorded content, like feel free to message us, emails, whatever. You guys are the ones watching it, so if you guys have things you'd like to see us try or do or videos or whatever, let us know.
As long as it's appropriate. I'm not doing any sex tapes.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, for old times. Miss that guy. I'm going to check it out, dude. I want to do a Bat manga review. Bat manga. Bat manga review, Bat manga, the Mangaverse. I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully, it's not too much. I'm reading Chainsaw Man again. I'm gonna go ahead and finish that. I'm planning on starting, and this is what I'm gonna do, guys. Maybe I'll leave you with this. Drop me a comment, let you know what you think. I want to read Avengers, Fantastic Four, or Daredevil. I'm not sure what I'm gonna read, but I'm probably gonna kick it off September 1. So I have 10 days. So from now until then, I'm like trying to binge a bunch of manga. But, bro, I'm like chapter 38, 39, 40, something like that. And I'll be candid, it just hasn't really pulled me in yet. and I talked to Tyler and Justin about it. Like, you're crazy. I was like, look, it just hasn't done that for me. But there's another one. It's like not Dorohedoro. It's another one that just came out like in the last year that I enjoyed. It's a similar premise with Chainsaw Man, just done a little differently, and I kind of like it better. Let me tell you. Have a good night one, Joey. I know
I
I'm
was
talking
talking to my wife today about something that I thought would be like a super cool idea if somebody were able to do it. And that would be like a platform where, excuse me, I had that hiccup coming. I couldn't get it to like come on. Audio comic books. Like I understand like you want to, like it's going to be difficult a little bit with not having the artwork, but like for someone like me who has found less and less time to read the stuff I want to read, I would love to have like, you know, the entire volume 1 of Fantastic Four on audio so I could listen to it while I'm working.
I mean, I think the closer you're going to get to that is Comics Explained, where he literally just reads or summarizes while showing the pictures.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised he gets away with that shit. I mean, literally, you're just straight up, like, not stealing the content, but you know what I mean? So it's kind of wild because, I mean, how many times have you been interested in a story and you're like, well, I'll just go watch that, get a good idea of what's happening. Like I did it with Dark Knight's Death Metals, things like that. Oh, comic books on audio or exist? Really? Reach out to Dustin about it. But yeah, let me know what I should read.
I'd love to
Fantastic
just,
Four, Avengers,
like Fantastic Four 1 through whatever, and just have that shit playing in my headphones all day while I'm working. And then,
but honestly, I don't know if it would be any good because you'd have to have somebody describe to you the artwork.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you wouldn't have the artwork, but at least I would like be able to like. I mean, I could picture in my head what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, back in like the Silver Age and shit
That
like
is
that.
true.
It was so descriptive in the text that like you'd be
Even
fine.
in She-Hulk, it was like something randomly as she broods away at like the art doing it. It was very
Yo,
interesting.
my wife even said like you should do that. Like you're good at doing voices and stuff like that. Like that could be something really cool. Like that could be something good. Like. And, you know, you might could even make some good money off of it. And I'm sitting here like, you do understand Marvel's not about to let that shit happen. I was like, this is how that would go. I was like, they would let me sit here and do my voices and like, you know, have all this stuff going on until it got to be about this successful. And then they would be like,
cease and desist.
Here you go with a big old cease and desist. Screw you and shit on your success that you've made. This is all mine now.
Basically. All right, guys. You are the best art of Two-Less Comics.
Hey, we appreciate you guys hanging out all night.
For sure.
We appreciate the uptick in viewership over the last couple of months here on the Babylon, man. It's been really nice to have a lot of different people in here and conversations and stuff like that. So I was actually surprised that the amount of people we had still showed up tonight, even though we weren't going full in on the C2E2 bullish. But hopefully some more bullshit will pop off this week that we can talk about next week, because you know we're all out here just chasing clout anyway, right? That's all we all out here doing, man. We're just a bunch of clout chasers. I mean, like when bullshit happens, like people want to talk about it. People want to hear about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the hell else were we going to talk about?
All right, well, let's wrap it up. You guys are the best part. Collect your way, all the fun stuff.
And always remember, I was inverted.